I still smell the metallic tang of the scaler in my nostrils when the clinic door swings shut behind me, 6:31 p.m. on a Tuesday that already feels like it's been chewing on my bones. My arches pulse inside the rubber clogs, my spine a question mark from 8 hours bent over gaping mouths. The last patient, a twitchy 15-year-old, jerked every time the ultrasonic tip grazed his enamel. What should have been 20 minutes bled into 50. I'm halfway to my dented Civic when the phone vibrates against my hip. Dad's name glows like a warning light. I thumb accept anyway. "Eve, darling," he croons, voice dipped in honey thick enough to clog arteries. "Confirming you got Micah's wedding invite. Next Saturday. Wouldn't want you missing the big day. 9 days." My keys freeze midair. I never received anything. "Postal service," he chuckles, breezy as wind chimes in a hurricane. "You know how it is." I know how he is. That lilt means leverage. I swallow the sour bloom in my throat. "I'll be there." I end the call, slide behind the wheel, and let the drizzle smear the windshield into watercolor grief. Something is crawling under my skin, but I can't name it yet. Home is a third-floor walk-up that smells faintly of curry from the neighbors and the lavender candle I light to pretend I'm somewhere else. I drop my scrubs in the hamper, open my laptop, and hunt registries until my retinas throb. Micah, 23, serial job hopper, still asking mom for grocery money, has been dating Lila for 7 months. 7. I find the espresso machine she mooned over at Easter brunch. $800. I click purchase before the rational part of my brain can scream. Blood is blood, right? Thursday crawls by without venue details. I check my phone between patients, during lunch, while pretending to pee. Nothing. By the drive home, I'm vibrating like the ultrasonic I wielded all day. I dial mom. Dad promised the address. A pause long enough to drown in. Then soft. As funeral silk, there was a scheduling error, sweetheart. My foot slips off the accelerator. Error. It happened yesterday. Tiny gathering. Lila's gown, oh, the beating. The steering wheel blurs. I coast into a Fred Meyer lot, hazards blinking like a heartbeat. Yesterday. We thought the distance, your cabin. You've been so busy. You lied. My voice is glass dragged across gravel. You gave me the wrong date on purpose. Don't be theatrical. Micah wanted intimate. You and Lila never quite. I'm his sister. A sigh that could curdle milk. You've been distant. I hang up before I shatter. Hands tremor so hard the phone clatters to the passenger floor mat. I sit in the sodium glow of the parking lot lamps, watching strangers wheel groceries to their cars, living lives that still make sense. No invitation exists. I tear through every digital folder, spam, promotions, trash. Nothing. The lost in the mail line was another brick in the wall they built between us. I don't call Micah. I want to demand why he didn't text, "Hey, sis, tomorrow's the day," but the answer is a splinter under my nail. He agreed. Golden boy, perpetual bailout recipient, always the sun they orbit. I'm the moon, useful for tides, ignored otherwise. Friday, my coworker Sage finds me staring into the autoclave like it owes me money. You look like death warmed over. I spill it between cycles. The lie. The gift. The deliberate erasure. Sage's eyes ignite. That's not a mistake, Eve. That's surgical exclusion. I laugh, but it tastes like pennies. I'm not the revenge type. You should be. I'm not. Yet. For weeks later, I'm cross-legged on my couch, low main congealing when mom's name flashes. I let it ring twice, then answer because curiosity is a cruel addiction. Hope the wedding dust has settled, she chirps. We need a favor. Silence is my new dialect. Your father and I booked Bora Bora 40th anniversary, overwater bungalow. But Micah and Lila's complex is tented for termites. 2 weeks. Your lake house would be perfect, quiet, romantic. It mostly sits empty anyway. The air evacuates my lungs. They spent 2 years sneering at my frivolous purchase, my spinster shack. Now it's their panic room. No, Eve, it's just wood and windows. Be reasonable. It has my name on the deed. I decide who breathes inside it. Don't overthink. We need an answer soon. I hang up. The lo mein follows the pad thai into the trash. Dad calls 48 hours later, voice stripped of sugar. Micah can't swing a hotel. You're punishing him for a calendar glitch. There was no glitch. You fabricated a date so I'd miss my only brother's wedding. Grow up. Family helps family. No. He sputters. I block both numbers. The silence is champagne bubbles in my bloodstream. Micah texts from a burner. Asterisk will leave it spotless. I'll Venmo rent. Please. Asterisk. No. Lila next. Asterisk I thought you were invited. I asked about you every day. I'm sorry. Asterisk. Still no. Then the cavalry arrives, Aunt Ruth, Mom's book club harpy, a deacon I haven't seen since baptism. Each call a carbon copy. Can you be the bigger person? I stop answering unknown numbers. The 15th dawns gray. A fist hammers my door. Through the peephole. Mom. Mascara rivers carving canyons. I open it. Error. Please, Eve. They're in a motel that smells like wet dog and regret. I board in 3 hours. Cancel. Let them crash your house. We're selling. Staging. Non-refundable. Then live with your choices. Her tears evaporate. Hand over the keys or you're dead to us. I've been a ghost since you planned a wedding without me. Slam. The walls tremble. I don't. That night I drive north, windows down, pine needles whipping my hair like tiny green lashes. The lake house glows under starlight, mine, all mine. I walk the wraparound deck I stained myself, fingertips tracing the photos I hung alone, me ziplining in Costa Rica, me kayaking at dawn, me smiling. Without apology. This is what I bled for. Saturday, I'm curled on the Adirondack with a dog-eared thriller when gravel crunches. Micah and Lila climb out. He dangles a key that catches sunlight like a threat. Mom kept a spare, he says, climbing the steps. We're staying. Leave or I call county sheriff. It's not trespass if we have a key. I have the deed. My name. My rules. Lila tugs his sleeve. This feels cursed. Micah plants his feet. We drove 3 hours. Packed the cat. Mom and Dad are wheels up to paradise. I dial 911, thumb hovering. Test me. Wind hisses through the pines. My pulse drums in my ears. Lila yanks him backward. Let's go. This isn't over, he spits. Everyone will know you threatened your own brother with jail. Tell them the whole saga. I call as they peel out, dust devils in their wake. I change every lock by noon. New keys on a carabiner clipped to my bra. Cameras at every corner, front porch, back door, driveway throat. If they return, I'll have 4K proof in the cloud. They do. Monday night my phone pings, motion alert. Micah alone, rattling knobs, shoulder checking the door, boot scuffing cedar. I save the clip. Evidence tastes like iron. Wednesday, certified mail. Thick envelope, lawyer letterhead. Claims a verbal family compact for emergency access. Demands I surrender keys or pay their motel tab $3 for 100 and counting. I forward to attorney Rowan, the woman who closed my purchase 2 years ago. She cackles. They have the legal weight of a cotton ball. Send the footage. Her reply is a scalpel, cease and desist, restraining order preview, mention of criminal trespass. Silence blankets the mountains. 3 months later, I'm toasting marshmallows with sage under a November sky thick with stars. The fire pops. My shoulders don't ache. You're luminous, she says. I stopped hauling their guilt. December, I spend Christmas solo, Cornish hen, white Christmas, snow frosting the dock. Best holiday ever. February, Sage drops gossip, a couple claiming their daughter's lake house as a family asset to juice their home sale. Buyers bailed when the title search screamed fraud. Credibility cremated. My parents. I pull county records. Their listing slashed thrice, $52,000 below ask. They tried to launder my equity into their portfolio. Fraud, fragrant, and felonious. April, Lila appears alone on my driveway, hands raised like surrender. We're divorcing. She hands me a manila envelope, bank statements, emails, proof my parents are hemorrhaging money. Second mortgage for Micah's wedding. Credit cards maxed on honeymoon luggage. Foreclosure clock ticking. I'm sorry I didn't see the rot sooner, she says. You deserved better. I believe her. June, the pastor calls. I meet him at a cafe that smells of burnt espresso and regret. He wants resolution. I lay out every lie, every frame of footage, every fraudulent listing. He leaves pale, clutching his latte like a lifeline. Fallout. Church apologies cascade. House sells for $68,000 under ask, investors circling like vultures. My parents cram into a 2-bedroom walk-up near Micah, who's now solo and drowning. Their pedestal collapses in slow motion. 1 year after the wedding I never attended, I sit on my deck at twilight. The lake mirrors a bruised peach sky. Sage is inside, humming off-key to Fleetwood Mac. I raise a glass of Prosecco to the water. I didn't orchestrate revenge. I simply refused to be the ladder they climbed then kicked away. Sometimes the purest justice is stillness, letting their house of cards fold under its own weight. I lost a family. I found sovereignty. If your own blood staged a wedding without you, then demanded the keys to the home you built with your dead grandmother's blessing, could you lock the door and walk away? Tell me below. Smash subscribe if you've ever chosen your peace over their convenience. The lake is listening.